your main man Jay Zone, and right now you're checking out the Hip Hop Shop on rapreviews.com, rapreviews.com. Well, I'm not getting a pedicure and a manicure with your mama in the nail shop. That's exactly where you can find me, so don't go nowhere.
Yo, what up, man? It's K Murdoch, one half of Panacea, one half of Subsonic, representing progressive hip-hop, just like the Hip Hop Shop. You're checking it out, showing mad love. Whenever it's time for me to get up and do the rap review thing, I'm ready and able, brother. I'm ready and able, brother. I'm ready and able, brother.
I suppose on that note, we should talk about Eyedea for just a second, because unfortunately he's no longer with us. So your memories of him and the experience of being there that night, aside from meeting his grandparents, I mean, just what he was like as a person.
I was never beyond at most probably an acquaintance with Eyedea, but I can say just him being around, perpetually around in Minneapolis and seeing him at so many shows and seeing him perform so many times, he was such a charismatic, just a ball of energy figure that just can't help but really inspire and just be a great inadvertent mentorship, I guess, for somebody in the scene. And I know I share a lot of mutual friends, people who were really close with him, and it was I'm sure if anyone who's ever seen him live knows what a fantastic performer he was. And then being in Minnesota, and then later being in New York, or how frequently right around 2004, Eyedea and Abilities were touring, just being able to constantly see him perform was just so great. And looking back on it, I think another really important factor on Eyedea, even beyond just the Midwest connection thing that I found relatable to him and just really inspiring, was he was a teenage rapper at a time that there really weren't a lot of teenage rappers. Outside of, your Bow Wows and your Romeos who were very, in the system, connection, whatever. It's interesting to look at a lot of the late 90s, post-raucous, indie hip-hop, whatever, and just as Andrew Nose once pointed out, the perhaps inadvertent ageism that sort of occurred that really almost, there's a certain cutoff age point that almost frowned upon there being younger rappers, and you completely forget, how young was Rakim when they made Paid in Full, or Nas when they made Illmatic. And the fact that Eyedea would won the Blaze Battle on HBO at age 18 and was doing all these tremendous things at such a young age was really one of very few at that age who could really see doing that, was just absolutely incredible and constantly inspiring. So it's really it's really unfortunate that he's gone. It was wonderful sharing the planet with him for so long, and how fortunate being able to see him. I think the last time I saw him live was at 7th Street Entry, which is a small club on the side of First Avenue. They did a New Year's Eve show in 2008, 2009. I was given the fortunate blessing enough from after reaching out to Rhyme Sayers and the Avril family about holding a benefit for Eyedea here in New York, which we did at Brownback Thursdays last December, and raised a lot of money to contribute to his funeral, the wakes, and the releasing of his future projects. So yeah, he was a really incredible artist and just a great person.
He's going to be remembered well by a lot of hip-hop fans for many generations to come, because he left behind such a big catalog of work. And like you said, he started at such a young age, too. I mean, even before the Blaze Battle, he won the Scribble Jam in '99. So he was destined for greatness from a very early age. And I think a lot of people looked at his career and looked at Eminem's career, and they basically parallel each other. And one was the king of underground freestyling, and one was the king of commercial mainstream hip-hop. And it's amazing when you watch the two tracks that their paths went on, given they were about the same age and came up at right around the same time as MCs.
Yeah, and the parallels too, I think, on a lot of their early records, both Slim Shady LP and Eyedea and Abilities Firstborn, was how not battle-centric the majority of that was, especially the Eyedea record. When you're most known for having the spontaneous, and as most battle rappers get caught in the trap of just making, recorded battle raps as, their music, which there's certainly an audience for, so not knocking that, but just in regard to, how they often just, follow that one path and stick to it. But, that there's so many concepts explored on that whole first Eyedea record, and even, on each, subsequent album, even up to By the Throat, the final record that E&A did for Rhyme Sayers back in 2009. It's really just, it's humbling to look at how much ground he covered.
Ah, yes, Scrambled Egg. And it's another Rhyme Sayers connection because Mac Lethal is on the track. So Chaz, I got to applaud you on that song and say I like that it's like heavy metal, hip-hop meets Sunday brunch.
Those are the 3 building blocks of life, so.
I mean, it's basically for those who are just now getting on the Chaz Kangas bandwagon. I think there's always just a little playful sense of humor in just about everything you do.
Yeah, it's like I like having fun, and I think one thing that the record that because the record Personal Reverence was entirely produced by Good Goose, who is a fantastic DJ and producer and friend. He is 1/3 of the pop trio Mania, who had, if you're familiar with the songs DTF or Suicide Queen from the Peabody Award-winning show MTV's Jersey Shore, those are both his babies, and he was cool enough to produce the entire album for me, and we're having a genuine really good time. Like we didn't get together just assuming let's make a really fun record. We just wound up just having a great time, and when it was all said and done, we were just fortunate enough to have that feeling translate well to the album itself. So it's like a party on the go.
And you got to work with a lot of people that you like in the process. I mean, you had Coco Dame and Homeboy Sandman and Alaska from Hangar 18 on there. It's like you got to do all the best collaborations you would want to with all the people that you like.
Yeah, I mean, I've growing up, I was a really big Hangar 18 fan, and to this day, and Alaska is just a fantastic dude. He also runs a great site that I also write for, syffal.com, where every Wednesday I do the Chaz's YouTube Uterine Unicorn, and where I find from the trenches and the darkest depths of YouTube something that makes me laugh and share it with the world. So, and he's just fantastic to work with, and Homeboy Sandman too. Just knowing him, just a great guy. We're fortunate to just have a really good time with really good people.